I added 2 new templates. So if you go to my projects, and, well, I'm sorry, if you go to a new project, if you want to create a new project and you decide to use a template, I added 2 new templates. The first one is action tags, and I'll show you what this looks like. This is kind of cool. These were developed by some people associated with Vanderbilt or REDCap, but not from our institution particularly, but I happen to like them. So, okay. All purpose. Okay, and I'm going to do action tags. All right, so it's going to come up. So what you want to do, if you want to go to the record status dashboard, you don't need to look at the designer necessarily, at least at first, and we'll just go and add a new record. And so what it does, it kind of walks you through all the various, not all the various, but a lot of the various action tags that are available to you. So I'm just going to start showing off a few things here. Okay, so then down here, this is talking about the character limit, which I think we've talked about before. But once the action tag is used, then it will truncate a field. Oh, somebody else logging in. All right, sweet. So what I'm doing is demonstrating a template. As soon as I'm done with this demonstration, if you have a question, I'll be happy to take it. But this is a character limit, so you can see what it looks like. It shows you, so if I type in, start trying to type in Smith, or I type in, see my character limit here for my action tag is set to 5, so it will not allow me to type more than 5 characters here. For my defaults, I can do a default equal to number 5 on the selection, so that when it loads, it automatically selects Goofy. There's this action tag type here where you just say city and city. Hang on one second. So this sort of puts the city in first, and then when you add your city after that, it will capture the city. It won't put this part into the field, so it kind of prompts the user. If you want a text field to automatically show with a certain text, then you can just type in whatever you want to show up there. So in this example, gymnastics automatically shows up. Hiding fields, you can use conjunctions of hidden fields. So this basically on an instrument or survey or something, you could hide a field and a username or whatever and capture both of them. You can hide a button. So like the Today button, it shows you examples here between the how it normally shows up and then how it would show up if you hid the button. Hiding choices. We use this one. And so if you have a selection here, which is like red, blue, green, and lime, and you decide to hide the choice of lime, and you go ahead and try to select the color here, this is the original, and then the other is hiding lime. So where we've used that is if let's say you have a list of hospitals, and the list of hospitals grows and shrinks over time, but you don't want to remove the values and the numbers, because they're being held in the database, and you want to know what those numbers represented. So you don't want to delete them. All you want to do is hide them from the selection. So this allows you the opportunity to hide your selections. And if you're adding like a new hospital, then you just put it at the bottom, let it auto number, and then go from there. And you have your latitudes and longitudes. This max check restricts you to the number of boxes you can check. So if I try to check more than that, it'll tell me the maximum number of boxes has been checked. Max choice will disable certain boxes. So if I like click in here, oh, this is so after a certain number of times that it's been used. So, you know, if you only want the first option to be selected 3 times, and then it won't you won't be able to select it. You know, it helps keep some balance in some of these checkboxes. Okay, none of the above. You can designate this. There's a better way now. REDCap came out with some new functionality on defining options for like none of the above that we went through last week. And that Zoom session from the Red Zone last week is, I think it's posted now. If not, it'll be posted, I'm sure, within the next week. The action tags of now and today, you can see how now shows the time and today shows the date. Password mask, there is an @password mask that if you're typing in your password, it will, you know, not show it. And then, so that's password. Placeholder, if you just want to, like, you're trying to put a hint in here, you can type, you see they typed in IE misses, and it shows up sort of in gray to help somebody know, you know, what you mean by title. Random order, it allows you to change the order of your option buttons or your check boxes. Notice in this, you've defined it as red, blue, green, lime, purple, but when somebody logs in and goes to do the data entry, it will randomly resort so that people don't get the, you know, just click on the first thing that's there. Read only fields, we use this a fair amount too, and you can, and there's a variety of read onlys you can play around with. But for example, on a survey, we may have a read only or a hidden and today's date. So this is great when you, a great thing to use when you're building a survey, because if you want to capture the date that somebody filled out a survey, if you would put a field for the date and then set it to @today to automatically flag it as that date, and hidden, then it won't show up on the hidden on the survey. This, well, these are read-onlys, but if you say hidden on a survey, then it won't show up in the survey, but you'll have captured that date on a field in your survey, which you can then use in reports. The default is to timestamp them behind the scenes, and you can see it in a header at the top of your surveys what time it was completed, but you can't use that in a report. So it's nice to have an actual field that you can pull into your report. So I recommend adding a date on your surveys and then set it to today and hide it. And, you know, in this case, this is read only. So you would want to make sure that it's read only also so that nobody changes it when they're looking at the data entry form. Username will capture the username of the person that's filling something out. This is useful not on a survey, but on a data entry form to make sure that you know who did the data entry, although there's multiple ways of assessing that. This is a quick way of capturing that into a field. And word limit, the number of words can be entered into a text or note field. So I think this is set up here. If I keep hitting the space, it won't let me. And so it only a limited number of words, but not number of characters. Okay, so I'm going to cancel that. That's our little demonstration for the new template.